And that's The Angle. Joining us now for reaction in West Palm Beach, Florida, is best-selling author Ann Coulter, and in New York, Cathy Heroux, who is publisher of Catalina magazine. It is great to have two smart women on this show. All right, Cathy, have at The Angle, have at me. I'm sure you disagree with some of the things I said.
No, not a word. Not a word.
Oh, I love you anyway. You're awesome.
But it wasn't a love fest. You said it's usually a love fest. So this year it wasn't just a love fest. It was beyond the lip service. It was beyond the patting on the back. And Hollywood got real. So they were as real as what's happening outside. So for 90 years, they've left everything that's real, everything that's uncomfortable on the outside of the theater. And this year they brought it in. And if a little bit of America was uncomfortable, so be it. That's the way movements start. That's the way they continue, and that's how things change. I consider it progress, and good for Hollywood. They got real.
It's an all-time low in viewership for the Oscars.
Award shows are low.
Do we really watch films and the Oscars for them to opine on politics? I mean, I'm not saying some of the really smart people out there, but I think most people just want to release from the nasty left-right, which, look, I'm sure we're part of it, but I think people want entertainment to escape some of it at least. And I think when these actors and celebrities just marinate themselves in politics, I mean, you can watch us, you can watch other networks for that. And I know you were glued to your television set last night. I have to say, I didn't watch 1 millisecond of the Oscars. I had a kid with the flu and went to bed early, but go ahead.
Fantastic. We have the perfect panel to discuss the Oscars because I didn't even know they were on and didn't watch them. However, I did have a friend from the industry calling in like every half an hour to give me the political updates, and I did look up a few videos later, so I do, I am an expert now. And one thing that was funny about it is, I mean, this was supposed to be the big Me Too Oscars, but it very quickly went off the rails, and all these women who've been raped and pawed and had their careers destroyed, like Mira Sorvino. I mean, she's a real hero who should have been celebrated. No, that was pushed aside so we can talk about transgenders and illegals and immigrants. And intersectionality. We got intersectionality in there. And as for your opening statement, no, you're giving most celebrities, I think, really fantastic advice, and they can take it from people like us. I had an actor sort of making fun of me once, a very famous actor whom I won't name, and sneering at me because people come up to me on the street and say mean things to me. And I said, yeah, everybody says nice things to you. They're talking about your character. At least when people love me, it's really me they love. But you and I, and I guess all three of us, I'm sorry, I don't know you, Cathy, but you're in politics. If you're in politics, you're going to have half the country hate you. There's nothing you can do about it. But if you're a skier, like someone I used to love, Lindsey Vonn, haha, I was so happy when she lost, or, these actors and actresses, you can have the whole world love you. Wouldn't that be great?
Yes, but
why do you bother leaping out and taking a political position, ticking off half of the country?
But it's admirable. They're choosing to do so, which is admirable. They're no longer just giving, like I said, the lip service. We can't criticize them anymore for just hiding behind their characters. They're showing we are intelligent. We're not just these bimbos we play. We're not these characters we play. We are intelligent women. We could be cinematographers. We could be directors. Look at all these roles. Look at what we can do. And they had the women stand up, and they did explain each role that women play behind the cameras that, I mean, most Americans aren't aware of. I think we're just aware of the,
Cathy, do you think most Americans care about the gender or the race or the ethnicity of the cinematographer? Don't they just care about whoever makes it and whoever's great at it? That's
the beauty of it.
Aren't we supposed to not care about gender? And I'm really confused because I thought we were supposed to get away from gender, race, and sexual. Everyone's the same. Now everybody's not the same.
No,
and we have to bean count in every profession. And heaven forbid you're a white male and you're a cinematographer because you must have totally screwed someone over to get your job. I'm sorry to be harsh there, but I think if you're a white male in Hollywood, you probably have a target on your back, given the atmosphere out there, which I think sometimes doesn't doesn't give due process to people. Poor Ryan Seacrest. I mean, I don't even know Ryan Seacrest, but he was like the persona non grata last night after he was cleared, as far as I can tell, of any wrongdoing in any case. But now nobody will go up to him like he's a leper? Like, what's that all about?
But that's how movements start. I mean, the other Oscars were so 89 Oscars ago. I mean, this is the 90th. This is a new time. The next 90 years, we are going to care more about genders. We are going to care about these things. That's the whole point. This is a turning point.
Wait a second.
So we have to care. They're telling us we have to care.
We have to care. Okay, well, Gary, hold on one second, guys. I want to play one soundbite that's really, I think, really positive. Gary Oldham, who won for, of course, The Darkest Hour, playing Churchill. This is what he said when he won the award.
I owe this and so much more to so many. I've lived in America for the longest time, and I am deeply grateful to her for the loves and the friendships I have made and the many wonderful gifts it has given me. My home, my livelihood, my family, and now Oscar.
And he was, Drudge had this big thing up all day that he was trashed on social media. I mean, look, social media, but he was trashed because, I guess, of, again, past allegations against him, where you see all these people sitting in the audience last night who knew Harvey Weinstein was an abuser, who knew he had been accused of rape, and they're sitting there and like, oh, because they have a ribbon on or because they gave a speech, suddenly the 2 to 3 decades that Harvey Weinstein was destroying people's lives is all somehow washed away.
No, I don't want to move on from this point that this is the year of Me Too. I mean, a lot of very important people. And some were heroes like Brad Pitt, who stood up to Weinstein on behalf of Gwyneth Paltrow. And again, Mira Sorvino had her career destroyed. It's very strange that they just go off into all the politically correct stuff. I thought that was a lovely acceptance speech, and I'd like to contrast it with Guillermo del Toro's, who talked about how we have to have a borderless world, and I'm from Mexico,
no,
but there is no border. Well, except the important point is he didn't mention that the reason he didn't go back to Mexico for 15 years was that his father was kidnapped and held for ransom for several years until he got someone to provide $1 million. So he better hope that wall gets built. He won't go back to Mexico now, moved his whole family here. Maybe truth in advertising. And I just want to say quickly about what Catherine said. No, they are not showing their intelligence. They are showing they are bimbos.
All right. Both of you are smart women, very accomplished in your own right, and we really appreciate your joining us tonight.